Welcome to another Euro Goodness unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at History of the World, designed by the Ragnar brothers and published by Rio Grande Games, who kindly provided this copy. All right, let's get started and take a look. I don't have a lot of experience or familiarity with this game. All I know is it's been published several times before, at least 3 or 4 from what I could gather. And this is the most recent printing from last year, I believe, from 2025. It's a kind of like an area control kind of game, I think. Civilization area control game. But I'm very interested to try it out and to see what it's about. So let's take a look. Okay, it's a big heavy box with a lot of components. So these are some, looks like to be replacement components. I think there were some misprints in the, maybe in the first printing of this, but these are the replaced components, so that's great. I don't have to worry about that. And then the rule book, which is a really large, tall format rule book. Okay. All right, shows the game board. And then this is the components of the game. And then the general rules, I guess, describing what you're doing, what the different pieces and components are, what they're used for. Setup here. And then explaining how the game works, the game rounds, or the epochs. There's 5 epochs here. And then the different, I guess, order of like round structure for each epoch. And then what players are going to be doing on their player turns. Seems like there's some decent examples in here. Talking about the card anatomy, so it looks good. Okay, and then some play examples, so that's really nice. Okay, all seems like well described. It's a little text heavy, but there's lots of examples, and the text is pretty big. The font's pretty big, so it doesn't seem too bad. And then the end of the turn, and then the end game and how you win, and a little bit more about the events, and then the empires probably continued on to the next page here. Then some more information and some optional rules here. Okay, and then some design notes on the back. So all in all, not too bad. It's this whole rulebook's only 12 pages, but the game rules are it's about like five pages of game rules. It's not bad at all. So this doesn't look too complicated. So we will get it to the table soon. All right, these look to be like the different player colors. So let's just okay. The artwork on the back. It's cool. All right, so you have the different colors. I guess the black, yellow, blue, green, white, and red colors. So it plays up to 6 players, so 1 for each player. And then the game board. I will take a look at this later. I'll go through the other components first. So we'll just set that aside for now. And then this is some punch board. So pretty thick punch board, pretty good quality. So these look like I guess they're like player aids for the different colors. It's nice. And then some optional, I guess how combat works with and without dice, maybe. Okay. So it looks pretty good. And then these are, this looks like 2 punch boards. Yeah. Oh wow. So these are all kinds of different actions or benefits that you can play on your turn, I guess. Maybe they're actions, and they're each player gets a certain number of actions. You can play them and pay different costs. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with these games and some more of these tokens here. And then some more tokens here for the different areas here. And then I guess these replacements are to replace some of these. Yeah, because I can see it says South America, and here it says North Africa. So these are some of the replacements here. Okay. Nice. Nice big draw bag. Okay. All right. And then we have lots of wooden components, but take a look at the dice. There's some red and white dice here. They're wooden dice. Actually, I like the weight of them. They're, yeah, they feel nice. I like wooden dice. I also generally prefer wooden components. Okay, you can take a look at the cards as well. Don't know if there's a pull strip here. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, look at that. All right. You'll use enough. All right, there. Okay, so these are the empires. Cards are a little bit thin, but I don't know that you really interact with them that much. I think you initially make like maybe like a draw deck and you just draw through them. So I don't think they're really in your hands much. But the artwork on them is actually cool. Yeah, it seems very functional, clear to see what's going on. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. Cool. All right, so that's one of those. And then more. So there's a lot of these empires here. Oh, and then there's different actions here. Wasteland trade. Okay, maybe they're mixed in there. Barbarian nomads. Like I said, I don't know a lot about the game. It's like it's combinations of civilizations and some events that can happen. Yeah, cool. And then I think they're divided up on the back of the card. They have like the events and the years of the events here. So like for the epoch, I guess like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for events. Cool. All right, so those are those cards. Then let's get into some of these. So there's meeples in the different colors here. These are the standard meeple, but they're pretty thick and they have like a nice weight to them. Yeah, they're good size. So they have these in the player colors: the white, blue, green, and then the black, red, and yellow as well. That's these guys here. Yeah, so they look nice. And then there's some chunky buildings over here. Yeah, these are like huge. These are really cool. They're like the standard kind of like Euro house pieces that you find in some other games, but they're gigantic. So pretty cool. I've heard that some people have a hard time fitting the components on the map. So we'll see how it goes, but the pieces are super cool. And then some in brown as well. These have kind of like a funny shape. They're a little bit like a trapezoid here, if you could see. But these are nice too. They're like kind of like natural brown stained wood. Okay. And then some more components here. So there's some of these like orange, like little houses here. Look like little churches almost. And then some markers in the player colors, I guess. And then there's also, pop those out here for now. There's also some of these like little blue boats. So these are kind of cool. Overall, there's like tons and tons of like components. These are pretty fun. So I'm excited to like go through this and take a look at everything. So let's set that aside for now. Let's take a look at this board. All right. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? Okay, so it's one-sided. All right. Okay. All right. So it's a six-sided or a six-fold board. It's a little stiff, but it's seems like good quality. So I'm sure it'll flatten out over time. But I'll just kind of move it around so you can see. So pretty basic. It's a nice map of the world. It's got like an interesting way to show the different continents and the way they're all connected via like the North Pole up here, which is cool. And then there's space on the bottom for like a round track for the different epochs. And yeah, so it's just a map of the world, but it's got like this old school kind of Pangea look to it, so it's pretty neat. Anyway, that's the board. And so those are all the components for History of the World. So I'm really excited to dive in, learn a little bit about this game, and read through the rules and give it a play or two. I think that this is probably a game that is going to be a little bit more interesting with more people, but I'm definitely going to try it, the two of us, and see next time we get some friends together to give it a go at a higher player count. So that's going to be it for this Euro Goodness unboxing. Once again, thank you to Rio Grande Games for providing this copy. And if you like this content, please comment, like, and subscribe. And look for some impressions on Instagram once we're able to give this game a couple plays, and look out for some more content. All right, thank you. Have a nice day.